Have you ever had a friend that didn't feel like a friend? They never compliment you and yet seem to can compliment everybody else. They never compliment you or care what you have to say. They put this frenemy vibe. We all have experienced this kind of person in our lives, one way, shape, or another. Let me be clear on this when I say they ain't here to cheer you on, sis. They ain't your friend, and they don't have the best intentions for you. When it's all said and done, this is really just a fake friend. Hello, my name is Allie, and for my regular people, what's up? Thank you for coming back. For those of you who are first-time viewers, my channel is all about promoting women empowerment, having a growth mindset, and wellness, all from a healing perspective. I want to share and discuss my experiences, whether they're good, whether they're bad, in hopes to inspire and be an example of what it means to find yourself and to become your most truest, authentic, best version of yourself. If that sounds good to you, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, like this video. Follow me on Instagram where you can DM me topics that you guys want me to discuss and talk about here on this channel, or if you just want to chat about life and all things in between. If that sounds good to you, then subscribe to my channel and join the healing journey. Share this with a friend who you might think need this in their season of life. So let's get on back with the video. Now, what's a fake friend? In layman's terms, a fake friend is someone who pretends to be your friend when you're around. They pretend they have your best interest at heart. They tell you how much they love you, how much they want to hang around. But if you watch closely enough, it's actually quite the opposite. They don't have your best interest in heart, nor do they care about how they treat you. For example, you may have met someone who seemed cool, fun to hang around, down to earth. Then later on, they start to show you who they truly are, which is really vindictive, manipulating, and very, very controlling. They are also somebody who talks about people behind their backs, but then only really want to be their friend just so they can have something to go back and talk about when they meet other people. They're really somebody who doesn't bring any value to anything outside of just gossiping and wanting to know the latest news about someone, spreading rumors, things like that. It's not cool and it really sucks. The sad reality is that no matter at what stage of our life, we are going to deal with somebody like this, whether it be at school, whether it be at work, whether it be in your family, whether it's at a church or organization that you are a part of. At any point you meet someone, you never really truly know who they are. But the good thing is this video is to help give you a couple of red flags to watch out for. You can kind of watch out and make the best decision for yourself. I do want to mention that nothing is worse than these two types of people that I've come to run into in my life. One is a liar and two is a fake person. Then it really does suck because once you become an adult, it's really hard to make adult friends unless you're not in that same environment, have the same things in common, like you go to the same school, you work at the same job, friends of people who are couples. But if you want to have high quality friends, the thing that you need to understand is that you are going to have to weed out, and I say weed out, but really and truly filter out these kind of people. That way you can make sure that you're not only keeping your peace protected, but you are having room and capacity for people who are only in the same level of standards that you are allowing for yourself. So if you are someone that yearns for true friendship and yearns for true connections, then continue on watching, because here are a couple of red flags that I have experienced with people. So watch your back, girl. Number one, they're drama filled. Often we can spot fake people and ungenuine, unauthentic people based off of their daily choices in life. What I mean by this is, how do they choose to spend their time every single day? From the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep, what is it that they really occupy their time with, their energy with, and prioritize above anything else? There are people who spend their time with their kids. There are people who spend time building businesses. There are people who spend time working on their hobbies, pastime hobbies like gardening, knitting, crocheting, fishing. Then there are people who do not so good pastime activities like constantly watching TV, always on social media, gossiping. That one specifically, if you notice someone that always talks about people, that always talks about gossip, whether it be from the news or celebrities, people in their family, people at work, people that they claim that they're their friend. If you notice that every time that you guys hang out, all that they bring to the table is drama and gossip and mess, be cautious, because this is a big red flag. Think about it. If they will sit there and take the time to tell you somebody else's business that you don't even know, and they going around and being their bestest friend and being very close, if you notice that they will even go around and gossip about and tell the most secrecy, personal details about family members, about people that are in their family, and you don't even know them from Billy to the next person, and they always keep you up to date as if you are a part of whatever's going on. What makes you think they're not going to do that to you? What makes you think that when you're hanging out with them, they're not actually just trying to get information to have to go back and talk about with somebody else? So be mindful of people who are very drama filled, because they can get real dangerous. What I mean by getting real dangerous is that, let's say there's really nothing going on. There's no drama around. There is nothing that's going on with, I guess, something in their personal life. Let's just say they are absolutely bored. So now, to make themselves feel better, they go to the great extent of making up shit and gossiping about stuff that doesn't even really, in context, have you been there, and not really that big of a deal. But they only do it because that not only gives them the attention that they need and they're seeking, it makes them feel relevant because it gives them something to be able to bring in conversation. They also do it because they want to see how you react. They want to see if you are somebody that contributes and loves to do it too. So be careful to not engage with gossip all the time, because we all do it one way or another. Just be careful, because these kind of people will even go so far as to bring up the same drama over and over again, even after something has been long solved and over with. Like, why bring something up all the time? That's when you really know that somebody's drama filled. Because people who have a lot of shit in their lives, people who are happy with their lives, people who actually live their life with intention, they don't have time to be gossiping about people. They don't have time to come up with rumors. They don't have time to just keep talking about the same thing over and over again. So I say all that as to say, when it comes to people who are drama filled, if they will gossip about other people, they're sure as shit gossiping about you. Number 2, a fake friend is somebody that never gives compliments. When they never give compliments, even if they do give compliments, if it's more like a compliment but then an insult, you know, a backhanded compliment, these are the kind of people that are low-key jealous and low-key judgmental. And these people are not fun to hang around, because why do you go around judging people? Why do you go around not giving people genuine compliments about something? Like, if you have something that's going good in your life and you want to go tell this friend, and you're like, oh my God, I just got a promotion, I want to go tell my friend. So you go and you call her up and you're like, girl, I just got this promotion, blah, blah, blah. And you're all giddy and you're all happy. And they go,
oh, that's great.
Like, not, oh my God, girl, yes, but, oh, okay. And, or they'll try to downplay it by either comparing something that they done to try to upstep you, or they'll try to downplay it. Like, let's say you got promoted somewhere, they'll be like, oh, but was it the top position? Like, just be happy for the person. Then you notice that whenever you do something nice for yourself, and don't get me wrong, you don't need to just have a compliment from somebody. Like, don't seek validation from other people. However, you know, if you see somebody wearing something that's cute, most of the time you go around and you say, hey, that's cute, right? Not these kind of people. These kind of people are more like, they will rather look at you and be awkward and just stare and not even acknowledge something that you've done, whether it's like cutting your hair, doing makeup, something like that, a new outfit or a new accessory. If you notice that they're not even trying to acknowledge it, but they always are around you so they can pretty much know when something is different. They really are just a hater, because internally they probably do like what you have on, or they probably do like your hair, but they don't like you enough, and they're really insecure, and they don't want to give you that compliment because they don't want to see you be uplifted. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you actually shine, because you shining means that they're going to be a little bit dull. So what they rather do is they rather make you feel small because it makes them feel big. And you don't want these kind of people in your life anyway, because you need people who are truly happy for you, who are truly happy for your successes, who want to see you win, who want to see you strive through all of your challenges, and all in all just want you to be happy. They truly enjoy you as a person. They don't need anything from you other than your presence. But these kind of people, no, they're never going to make you feel great. They're never going to make you feel highly of yourself, and that in turn can kind of keep you in a stagnant position. Like, for example, if you're hanging around people who don't do nothing all day, just drink all day, they don't even take the time to do anything productive, like work or go to school, but then you start bringing up ideas, you start thinking differently, you start thinking of ways to be optimistic, and changes everybody's view so you can all have success together. Those people are going to shoot you down because they don't believe it in themselves, so they're not going to take the time to give you compliments on anything because they don't believe themselves. So you have to be mindful of who you hang around, and having these kind of people around is not good for your self-esteem, nor is it good for your confidence. Number 3, another red flag on how to spot a fake friend is somebody who always, and I mean they always seem like their stories never add up. To dive deeper into this one, I want to give an example. Have you ever been in a situation where you and said friend witnessed something happen? Now, you and said friend are going about your daily business or whatever, and you meet up with another said friend, and you guys go to tell said friend what happened that you both witnessed, while you're going to tell the third friend what happened. And when you're getting ready to tell the third friend what happened, this said friend starts adding shit, starts making it bigger than what it is, starts including details that never happened, leaving you to be like, did you just lie? Did you just make this up to make it appear more intense, more dramatic? This is an example of somebody who basically is a liar. These kind of people really just do this because their life is boring and they have to feel like lying about stuff makes them look more interesting. I don't understand why people do this, but they in fact do. When you meet people like this, you want to be mindful about what you not only tell them, but you want to be mindful about actually hanging out with them, because they can make a situation seem bigger than what it is, especially if it's like a group setting or you're outside or it's like a big majority of people. That's how problems start spreading real quick. That's how tension between people starts spreading real quick, because it's like playing a game of telephone. One person says something, by the time it gets to the last person, it's a completely different story. These kind of people aren't your friend, and they fake, because they'll probably make up something just to start drama, to see if you'll go around the back and say something, or just to see how you react. And in turn, you can't trust somebody that's just going to come up with something for the hell of it. Like, if you're lie about something little, over little things, what makes you think they won't do it for big bad things? So just be mindful of people who do this, because you feel like you start to read into every word they say. You really don't know whether what they're saying is the truth or not, and then ultimately you kind of don't feel good hanging out with them. Number 4, they make everything all about them. Now, I want to say that we are all the main character in our own lives, and we should all act accordingly. But we're not going to sit here and do that if it means we're being arrogant, we're being cocky, we're putting others down, we're not letting other people shine in their time, we're trying to take it away because it's not our time. These kind of people we don't need to be. These kind of people we don't need to have. These kind of people are honestly like so annoying, because they are so conceited and they really think that they are all that, but in reality that makes them actually that actually makes people not want to be around them. Because who wants to be around somebody that just talks about themselves, 24/7, or will make a situation be about them. I've had friends, even back in like high school, where anytime there was a situation where they needed me and they needed like a friend and they needed an ear, and I would listen to them. I would let them confide in me. I would let them vent, get out everything they need to give. I would give out my empathy, give out advice, you know, just try to cheer them up, make them feel good. Then when it's my time and it's my turn to now have my moment of my needing my friend to just be there for me, I can say something and talk about it, and that person's response would be something about them, like, oh, I wonder how this would look on me for Friday's game. Didn't even acknowledge the fact that I'm going through something and I'm on the phone like boo-hoo crying, real deal tears. Or it would be all about her boyfriends or all about just whatever drama she had going on. But ultimately, I never felt like I could truly confide in her, which is crazy because she was my best friend. And you would think, you know, your best friend is somebody you could tell your deepest, darkest secrets to. But honestly, anytime I would, it would always somehow turn back to either her problems or what she's going through, or all around, we're not even really on the subject at all no more because it got changed into something that she's more interested in. These people I learned early on in life, especially after that friendship, that they only care about themselves, and there's nobody in their immediate world that's going to make them feel any different. So it's best to not have people like that. It's best to have people that want to share the light, that want to be there and support you and be all about you when it's time to be all about you. Then there's the toxic side of people like this, because when it's time to talk about things, when it's time to communicate about things, you notice how they will immediately fall victim. They will immediately victimize themselves. They will all of a sudden bring up stuff that you did wrong because they don't want it on them. Like, they want everything to be about them until it's time for accountability. These kind of people are almost like narcissists, really. But, you know, that's another video for another day. People like this will never ever want to have to acknowledge anything that's like not good about them, that makes them in their mind look bad. They're not going to ever acknowledge anything or really truly change because they like how they are and it makes them feel good. Because if they're all about themselves, what's the point about worrying anybody else, right? And let's say sometimes they only want to hang out with people who are probably they feel like are less attractive than them, because it makes them look like they're like, oh, this bright and shiny friend that is like the main event of everybody's lives. People like that, to me, you know, or they might really be insecure, you never know. But at the end of the day, you need somebody who wants to be there for you, and not somebody who will just make the whole day about them and their life and their situations and their problems, because then they become an energetic vampire. We don't need nobody who just sucks the life out of us. We need people who bring stuff in as you give back. Like, no, enough is enough. Lastly, and I'm gonna grab my tea because this one right here may hit home for a lot of people. My last red flag to spot people who really not your friend, who are fake people, who are fake friends, backstabbers, somebody who is a two-faced, but for real, in all seriousness, somebody who will switch it up real quick when it benefits them. Somebody who generally has morals and values and attitudes and acts like a certain way when they get with these kind of people. Then when they see that these kind of people who morals and values and mannerisms are completely different, when they get around them, now they're all about let's mold into that. People like that who are two-faced are so dangerous. And I remember back in middle school, this one girl, like, she was my neighbor, and at the time I was all about just wanting to have a friend because I used to be a really lonely little girl. So I used to just want to have a friend to hang out with, and I really didn't understand how to know my worth to not hang out with people who really not my friend. Because this girl, when I tell you, she would be in my face, we'll be hanging out, we cool, it's a good time when we're around each other, it's a good time, it's a vibe, like everything is good. Then I'm not around and she's hanging out with other people, and those people probably don't like me, or those people just want to start drama. She will switch it up and completely throw me under the bus. Essentially have these group of girls, these group of mean girls in the neighborhood bully me and come up to me about stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, not having a clue what they're talking about. And it's because my said friend, my friend that I hang out with almost every day, two houses down, I'm in your house, I know what you're going through, I am there for you for a lot of things. They're picking on you just as much, but I'm defending you every time you're not around. And it's like, but then turn around, you'll be quick to throw me under the bus. You're quick to switch it up when you get around different people. Then there are people who would just completely do this at work too, you know, basically somebody who pretends to be your friend, but then they only really being your friend so they can go and be, you know, a kisser to managers and be able to feel like they can get ahead. People like this, to me, just are like the lowest form of people, and toxic people, and low vibrational people. Because what is the point in switching it up, causing drama? You don't even know who you are if you're so busy trying to play these different roles, these different hats. You're not even really true to yourself. Just two-faced people in general, they're not real. They're not authentic. You don't need to hang out with somebody who is like that, who rather wake up every day and they choose to spend their everyday life pretending to be something that they're not because the environment suits it. Now, I want to, you know, differentiate that, you know, when you're at work, you're going to be fake. You're going to be fake at customer service, whatever. You're going to be fake to a certain point. But I'm talking about people who legit will pretend to be your friend, who keeps constantly acting a certain way when they're around you, but then acting different when they get around other people, and then pretend like they don't have a clue. And it's like, don't hang out with people like that. Don't hang out with people who would do this to you, because they really aren't your friend. They really don't care about you. They only care about what they can get from you, what they can gain from you. And honestly, these kind of people, I feel like they're never really going to be true friends to anybody, because they're not even true to themselves. So be careful with these kinds of friends and boot them out of your life for good. Fun fact, did you also know that it doesn't matter whether they're male, female, them, they, anybody on this earth can be fake. Anybody can be any of these 5 red flags. So I just want to throw that out there, that it's not just females. It's just, you know, you typically see that more with females, especially during middle school, high school, but really it can be at work. It can be while you're grown and dealing with people like this still. So you don't need to be walking around your adult life while you can choose who you want to hang around, to hang out with these kind of people. You really can't control it so much in school, but you can control it for your adult life. So I'm here to go ahead and just give you guys these red flags, because we're no longer doing that. We're no longer going to keep hanging out with people who drain us, who are not good for us, who are not providing value for us. We must learn to use discernment to our advantage. We must learn to have awareness when somebody is trying to take advantage of us. We need to understand that we have to give ourselves the boundary and the love to know that once you are aware of what somebody is trying to do, to stand firm with yourself and love yourself enough to say, hey, I don't like this, and if you keep doing it, this is what I'm going to do. And if they keep doing it, bye. But sometimes you don't even have to get to that point. Just by recognizing their behaviors, just by observing who they are in general, it takes maybe a couple of days, a couple of weeks, sometimes one night, sometimes one event. You will know somebody who they truly are if you just take the time to sit back and just watch, just observe. Because a lot of times people become fake, especially females. They're more so like, you know, love bombing, fake in the beginning, and then after a while you start to see who they really are. But then there are people that, you know, they're going to be your ride or die. So if you got ride or die, you know, text them and tell them like, hey, appreciate you, because it is hard out here to be having good and genuine people in your life. And that's the sad thing. But honestly, you just got to block them out. You just got to like use these tools, learn different tools to be able to do what you got to do for you, girl. I want you to remember this. Just because you think that what you're doing and what you are showing to them is you being a friend. Just because you think that you're a friend to them does not mean that they think the same way about you. It took me a long time to realize this, to realize that I cannot give my all to people and expect the same back, because they're their own person. And just because I view you as this awesome person that I want to hang around and I want to just chill out and connect and just hang all the time, they might be somebody who thinks of me completely opposite. Like, they might not even like me, but they can gain something from me, so they're only willing to tolerate me for that amount. You gotta learn that people like this don't deserve you. So you just gotta know how to categorize your people. You gotta know how to place them in your life according to how, not only how you feel when you're around, but how they treat you. Because there are some people you love from a distance, and then there are some people that you know deep down, you know, them your forever people. And then there are people that you meet that come and go. You don't have no beef, you come and you go. You're just a season in that person's life. I hope this video gave you value. I hope you guys got some takeaways from this video. If you guys did, feel free to comment down below. I want to continue this conversation. If you have any red flags or any stories you like to tell about people that basically showed you who they truly are, don't hesitate to let me know. And hopefully you can now incorporate these into your daily life and start filtering out, detaching from people while maintaining your peace and living your best life and being still a good person. Because we can be good people, we can be nice people and still know when enough is enough, and when you're not going to let somebody just keep doing something to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, you guys, bye.